I push 50 points off the track, baby.
In Japan, where the sun will always shine, traditions collide with the future's line. Through city streets and temples high, find your story beneath the sky. Waves scratch, pumping out your sense, harmony flows to the best of lands. With the neon glow, there is best, the culture rich, where reason sense in the morn of grace. We'll dance the night with every star, a guiding light. In Japan, where the sun will always shine, traditions collide with the future's line. The cherry lanes and soaring heights, find your magic near the moonlit nights.
Alrighty, guys, give me quite a second here. We're gonna get ourselves into something a little bit different today. We are going to be playing a game that I'm pretty sure is probably going to get me into some hot water with YouTube because it's Final Fantasy 13, and Final Fantasy 13 always seems to have some rank issue within the game itself. But we are going to play a game that I have been on the kick of jumping around Final Fantasy titles. I will tell you, here on this channel specifically, here on the wonderful, lovely Gamingmadirocks, we have played every Final Fantasy game, or not every Final Fantasy game. We've played Final Fantasies 1 in order of release. We played Final Fantasy 1, 7, 8, and 12 have been beaten on this channel. And Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Okay? Unfortunately, Now, games that have been attempted to start and ended up not finishing was Final Fantasy 9. I think we've also done Final Fantasy 10, and I think we started 13. All of those games probably have gotten somewhere along the line, the game crashes, or the game, or whatever, or I switched over to Bazzite and I forgot to save the freaking Final Fantasy 9 files before I switched over, or because we can't modify Final Fantasy 9 on here for whatever reason, or one way or another. But anyway, these are the settings that we are going to be utilizing. We are going to be defaulting to, no it's not. We're going to default to 1080p. I will shadow resolution. I'm just going to leave that default. Leave default on everything for the game. Because one way or another, we have basically gone through, and have played every game through whatever has been out there. Final Fantasy 1 through 10 or whatever, every Final Fantasy game has been great. I will tell you, I have played Final Fantasy. I have at least attempted to play every Final Fantasy title except for 3 and 2, I think. Like like attempted to play every Final Fantasy game out there. Some games I just like Final Fantasy 16. Like that's one of those games that I just did not find it really enjoyable. Like, I am sorry, but for anybody who finds that 15 and 16 are great games, those games that came after the Xbox 360 era Final Fantasy are not the games that I really enjoy. I have played Final Fantasy 13, I have played 14, I have played every mainline Final Fantasy enough to kind of get a gist for it. The only other Final Fantasy game that I have played completely from front to end is the Final Fantasy, and almost beaten the game was Final Fantasy V. Final Fantasy V was the only other Final Fantasy that I've gotten close to beating that game, and unfortunately, when I did attempt to finish trying to beat that game, I had to upgrade my phone. Um, so I have played every Final Fantasy. I've played every freaking game known to man. I've even probably attempted 13 here on this channel, to be honest. Um, but I will tell you, um, and I'm going to tell you specifically, um, in in my quest for figuring out which version of the Final Fantasy 13 I should play. I had debated a little bit, debating on which game we're gonna start today. Which one are we gonna do? 10? Are we gonna do another run of 12? Or are we gonna do another run of that? And I also debated whether or not I personally debated whether or not I should have done the Xbox 360 version, or the PS3 version, or the PC version, and I ended up settling on the PC version. Mostly because we're gonna play this on Bazzite instead of the traditional Windows operating system. Because I really want to get into playing a lot of different setups and a lot of different things. Let's go into standard. I always like my standard cameras. Speaker names, we're going to turn that on. Battle difficulty is going to be normal. There will be a point where I might drop it down to easy. Battle speed default, auto battle. From the list there, we have gamepad controls. Pretty much, I am utilizing the I'm utilizing the Nintendo Switch controller setup. Event subtitles on, yes. Battle difficulty, battle speed, normal battle speed. I'm gonna keep everything normal as much as I can. On-screen type, keyboard type, controller type. Now the controller type, I already know how to kind of genuinely play the game anyway, but for it. So now of course I can tell you guys I have enough gone through up to chapter 3 on here. but I have gotten almost to finishing it on the Xbox 360. It was actually one of these games that I actually found myself enjoying. Um, I've kind of 13 has kind of grown on me enough to say, um, um, to say that I have played every Final Fantasy title, um, there. So, I've got almost beaten this game, to be honest, on my Xbox 360, and I just couldn't put it down. I just couldn't put it down at the time, but then
13 days
other things
of
came,
real
so.
one, or the beginning of the end.
You serious?
Be quiet.
Best of luck. She did it! You alright? I'm not a Lassie.
Not a C. What? They did some amazing work with 13 for the game itself. I just think that it's not the perfect Final Fantasy title.
Good. They all want to fight.
Good for them. Give me that. What the...
Oh my. The only thing I will tell you guys from this point on, I will be utilizing ChatGPT for my intros to do things, and I forgot to add in tags. Necessarily forgot to add the tags in. I will add the tags in afterwards. So that way, then I can get a lot more in depth, and you guys can find a lot of my content a little bit easier. Cause I hate trying to create tags myself, to be honest.
Hey, hey, hey! Let's be rational now. Sending the big guns out. What do we do?
Watch and learn.
Okay, Well, with the tutorial, even though I know how to play the game mostly, it's gonna be mostly for you guys. I'm gonna have to set up, X. I don't know why. Okay, so it looks like I don't get the Final Fantasy 13 here, so I will just have to put in there, for the Trovo side of things. But anyway. Okay. Hold on. I'm doing a couple things here, guys. Give me a second. Alright. Okay. Time flows continuously through battles. Watch as your ATB gauge slowly charges. That one, it is typical Final Fantasy fare. You know, the for it. So it's gonna be one of those games that is just gonna be really interesting for a lot of it. Characters perform actions by expanding charged ATB gauge segments. The actions which they perform depend on the command you select. You can input entire strings of commands, then unleash them all at once. Select Auto Battle to queue up a set of commands tailored to your situation. Select abilities to specify individual commands as you see fit. A description of each command will display at the top of the screen. For now, try selecting the Auto Battle command. Okay, now you can... So basically it'll do 2 attacks, pretty much. Simple. So it basically... the auto battle system in this is just one of those fantastic things that... You know, this is more of like one of those linear style games that a lot of people will say that Final Fantasy 13 is like not the best, and I will admit it is not. But it is enough for me to enjoy the game. That it's so much so that it's in my top 10. But it's not the entirety of... Oh wait.
Not so tough now, huh? Hey, that wasn't like a challenge now, all right? Hey! Calm it down. I'm coming.
No, it won't. The auto battle is just one of those things I kind of was like, not really one of my favorites in for the Final Fantasy series, but it is definitely decent enough to say, look, Final Fantasy 13 is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the top 10, and to be honest, a lot of my favorite top 5 Final Fantasy titles are the PS2 titles, the PS1 and PS2. There's just battle results, pretty much. Thanks, Mimi11 for joining the TikTok live. Thank you.
We did it. Aren't you supposed to protect civilians, soldier? I mean, you are Sanctum, aren't you? What are you doing trying to stop the purge? Why don't you tell me that?
I was a soldier.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Where do you think you're going? Yeah.
Chocobo, we just can't catch a break, can we?
Nope.
Yeah, that's a good question. Oh well, better follow up. I'm getting too old for this.
Yeah. No. I keep it standard. I always keep it standard. Inverted just doesn't, like, I don't understand the inverted controls, to be honest.
Sure we can get through here?
Unicorn Mart. We're gonna buy a potion. But we can sell things as well.
This is a mess is what this is.
There are probably many various enemies stalk the roads, pretty much. This was actually kind of when I saw Final Fantasy 13 for the very first time. This kind of reminded me of what I really wanted in a Final Fantasy. But then the problem I came around with it was like the skill level and the difficulty in this game just is not there. Upon entering an enemy's detection radius, the minimap in the upper right corner of the screen will flash in the warning. Coming into contact with an enemy will initiate a battle. And which was I always want to initiate battles. Always initiate them. Because you're not going to necessarily you're not necessarily going to get anywhere if you don't.
What do you suppose this is? Army leaving its toys out now?
Because there's very little backtracking that you have to do in this game, to be honest. Like, that's just about it. But sometimes you might have to do a little bit of backtracking to level up your character, but it's like this game kind of just lends itself to be linear. Alright, no spoils for that one. Nope, nope. I need, I forgot. I gotta remember how to open up the maps. Let's go to... equipment, yes. No, it's actually inventory. Actually, don't you... If I'm not mistaken, I forget. Don't you actually remember to save? Like, not save, but get the like when you get done with the battle, you re-heal. If I'm not mistaken. Okay. I'm actually gonna go back and double check. Sorry, sometimes I've got to remember that that there is gonna be some things that lend itself to that you'll go off the beaten path just a little bit. Okay. You go off the beaten path just a little bit, and it will, you'll know where to find these secret hidden chests, or these little places to gather items from.
Better to die than get sent to Pulse. It's hell for Brimstone.
Yeah, well, hell's not sounding too bad. Because this place ain't exactly paradise.
Domesticated peacekeepers. Nothing to worry about.
Maybe not for a soldier girl, but I'm trying to say, hey!
The writing for this just is okay. I like it. And there is such thing as stagger. They'll teach you about stagger later. To be honest. It's like... eh. They'll teach us about stagger later, but... to be honest, stagger is... ooh, some more potions. Yippee!
No need to be pushing now.
Yeah, right, Saz. Yeah, I'm gonna start overwriting my old saves.
Yeah, you must be real nice from up there.
Yeah, it basically, you do get healed right after battle, which is interesting to see. No, we're gonna go this way here. Okay, so we received 9 bangle. Okay, let's keep going. Whoops. Iron bangle inventory. Actually, equip. Yeah, we'll equip lightning with that. All abilities. Status, inventory. Catalog live events, chapter 1, Fires of Fate. You'll see the title will change after the after this. Basic controls, pretty much. Know those basic controls, know how to save. Shopping, pretty easy. I just go through just to clear it all out. If I miss something, I can always come back to it. Yeah, I know I can skip battle results. Know those things. Pretty much most of the things I just go through and I just like clear them all out. Like I never read these things. But the enemy intel I do tend to just look just to see that they're there. Did I miss an enemy intel somewhere? Yeah, they just tell me that. I don't need to change my settings.
Cold-blooded murder.
50 gil, not terrible, but that 50 gil is nowhere near any good right now. It'll be useful later. Okay.
Preemptive strike.
Thanks Joshua Martinez for joining the TikTok live. Thank you.
So much for the element of surprise.
Yeah. It's basically when your items pretty much get low. 22 of those. But it's pretty much useless right now, most of it. And it's mostly you can only control your main character, which is the bad thing about Final Fantasy 13. Like, I never really liked the ability not to be able to control my characters, but that's pretty much like the only thing I did not like about 13. And maybe the difficulty in the game as well.
Do we turn back?
There's no time.
Then what do you suggest we do?
Quiet.
Hey! Wait! No, don't leave me!
Let go.
No, hell no! You're the only way out of here! No, hey, that might get us across. Right there. Right?
Looks that way.
Really, lightning? Ugh.
All right, you leave this to me. Hey, this way. Come on.
Yeah, I would go that way, but I think this is the first time they actually went and used auto battle as just a normal thing where for the rest of the remakes, masters, and redos of these games. Wicked Fang, nice.
Seems to be in working order.
Okay, there's our save. But
Where you going? Hurry up and get over here.
okay, so that's going backwards. We don't need to go backwards early right now.
They'll just pick us off from up above.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Thanks, Romy Everett, for joining the TikTok live. Thank you.
Not our lucky day.
Deportees, are we? Weapons down. I'd hate for this to turn ugly.
Turn ugly?
He wants to kill us without a fight.
Time's up!
Okay, so to initiate an attack chain, first select auto battle or attack from the abilities menu, and then choose PSICOM murder as your target. Okay, see the bar displayed beneath your target's name is known as change gauge. Okay. Change gauge fills up. And now we get the staggered. Foe will take greater damage when it's staggered, pretty much. Absolutely, absolutely a gorgeous game, though. Graphical wise, it's an absolute gorgeous. Pretty much, I don't remember most of the game anyways. Credit chip and a potion, nice.
So, soldier. What's your angle?
What is your angle?
What? Classified military info? Hmm? What's the matter? You quit, didn't you? You think I'm gonna go out there and just tell everybody your secrets?
My angle. I'm after the Foul Sea. Still happy you tagged along.
Didn't have a choice.
You had a choice. It's just the other option was really worse.
On behalf of Cocoon citizens, I would like to thank our brave false pioneers and express our best wishes for a successful relocation. Your noble and selfless sacrifice ensures the continued safety and peace of our society. Were it not for this remarkable gesture, every resident of Cocoon, your family, your friends, your neighbors, would be exposed to the dangers of the world below. By choosing to leave Cocoon and participating in this migration,
Migration? More like extermination.
Huge. You stay here.
So sorry. I didn't mean to.
These people need heroes. Here. You keep your cool, and they will too. You got it?
Got it.
What's our motto?
The army's no match for Nora.
That a boy.
The resistance front. See, it's 50 gil there. Not bad. It runs actually great. Because I don't want to miss any, like, chest.
This is crazy.
Then take a nap.
Really? Can I?
Yeah, that's the sad thing about it.
A dirt nap, you can save them all.
No, that's even worse.
I never got to the second game. I own all of them, but I never got to the second.
Our enemies, the Cocoon, dreaded PSICOM, no less.
What's to dread? PSICOM's nothing but a whole bunch of bluster and bullying. They've got nothing on Nora.
Well, we are the heroes after all. Let's prove it.
Yeah.
Sanctum's gonna pay for this.
Yeah, it actually would have been probably a lot better for it, but still absolutely one of my favorites, though.
Nothing to worry about.
But to be honest, it's not like the highest like rated. Like, I think the better linear game is 10 itself. But, and to be honest, I've played every Final Fantasy. At least attempted to play them, just never got into them fully. But like, I haven't even finished 9, and I've started that here on this channel. But that was only because at the time I was like, I probably should have finished 9 before I switched over to Bazzite at the time. But my all-time favorite, I've actually have beaten like multiple times. Pretty much owned it on.
No more.
There are soldiers everywhere.
Hold on.
Yo, boss. What's the plan? Charge in, guns blazing.
Hey, that's not a plan.
Real heroes don't need plans.
To be honest, the only game that I actually have played multiple times and I've actually gotten and played over like plenty of time was Final Fantasy VIII. I have played that like it's no tomorrow. Like, I played it back on the PlayStation 1 when initially when I was a kid. And then I played it again through the PlayStation Portable, and actually beat it through that one. Just on a sheer whim that I was just like, I'm just gonna complete this. This is actually a fun game.
Plan as always. Hit him hard and hit him again.
And then I beat it again through, I think the second time I beat it is actually through the channel itself. I was gonna play the original the original Final Fantasy VIII on PC, but then I just went through the remastered. And then I almost beat it again through emulation. But at the time I was going through school and I had other things I needed to finish before I could finish it. And then the only other Final Fantasy game that I absolutely really put at the high, basically pretty much every Final Fantasy from the PS1 and PS2 era that were released on those systems specifically, are my favorites. This one's up there in my top 10, but 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12 are my favorites. Especially the Zodiac Age. I liked that one too. I can't put those down for whatever. Final Fantasy is just one of those games that if you started playing Final Fantasy and you started playing after 13, I just really didn't get into liking those games after that. Minus the 14. I liked 14. But 15, 16, I own them. I don't like them. Not my favorite.
You all okay? Hey, careful with those. Don't worry. No one's moving to Pulse today. We'll clear you a path out of here, so be ready
Wait! Let me fight with you! You can't expect us to just sit here!
Could help.
Yep. Please, let us help!
Okay then. Volunteers front and center.
Here, take this one.
This
Here you go. Oh, and one for you.
Count
Go
me
for
in.
it. Here's yours. Take care now. Mom? Don't worry. Huh?
So I just
Hold it
pull
steady.
here. Yeah, feels good.
Yep, nice.
Can you show me again?
You got it.
That's how it works.
You sure?
Yeah. Moms are tough.
Right.
It's the last one, boss.
All right, last one. Somebody take it.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
I know who you're. I know who.
Push comes to shove. Keep him safe.
First impression of snow? All talk.
All right, lay low and you'll be fine. We'll clear out the area. We're going home together!
Come on! Everybody up!
Right. New recruits, on me!
Come on.
Time to go, kiddo.
We're not losing to PSICOM, you hear me?
This'll be a piece of cake.
Oops. Better grab the thing from over here. Okay, I've got an iron bangle again as well. I gotta remember the controls for equip. I don't usually equip them for these two. Never equip them for any of the side characters.
Stay sharp. Don't want to make
But yeah, no, I
their job any easier.
I never really got into, for whatever reason, I think 15 and 16 just didn't, it wasn't the RPG elements, I think it was just the action type of, things. It's like, I was like the command style of RPGs, to be honest. Like, another great, a great, game that also was kind of Square kind of helped with was Legend of Dragoon. Haven't seen a sequel. People been wanting a sequel for it. I've kind of been wanting a sequel or at least a remake of it, the game, or remaster or whatever. I think it would do well in today if they had done that. But the only other game that's out there that kind of looks actually decent enough that I want to play is Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Because that just reminds a lot of what Final Fantasy should become. And what they can do to really get a lot of people actually playing these types of games. That just really make it there, and I hope that at least Clair Obscur at least gets something. Now, I haven't played the game, I've only seen some gameplay of it. I just hope it gets a win this year for Game Awards. No, we don't. Not necessarily running from fights, but you can run from fights at some point.
There's nothing we can't do.
I think 13 kind of really started the downhill trend of Final Fantasy, I think. I don't think 13's like not a bad game. It's just one of those things where
We gotta win this.
it just started going down. Yeah, pretty much. You know, it's like most of the like, to be honest, Final Fantasy, for the very first game, it actually saved the company itself from going under. But I think just Final Fantasy being like Final Fantasy 1 evolved, I think, a lot of the RPG games of the day that really got us somewhere.
We got trouble.
No kidding. Stay down.
But it's what it is for a lot of...
Told you, didn't I?
Never mind.
Moms are tough. Get him home. Please.
Hold on.
Of course.
Come on. We have to move.
Come on, Vanille. We have to move, Hope. Come on. Yes, I will save my freaking progress.
It's an out-and-out massacre. Those people won't even live long enough to die on pulse.
That was the idea.
What?
Sanctum logic. They conjured up the urge to eliminate a threat. I mean, why carry the danger all the way to Pulse? Why not just stamp it out here? Execution masquerading as exile. That's all the Purge ever was.
Relocation to Pulse. How does the government get away with pulling crap like that? And you knew this was gonna happen?
The Purge was PSICOM. Private Sanctum troops, not the Guardian Corps.
PSICOM, Guardian Corps. Soldiers are soldiers, aren't they? Pulse File C and their lessee are enemies of the state. Tell a soldier to kill an enemy, and you really think it's gonna matter what uniform he's wearing?
Might have mattered to that one. Couldn't shoot. Got himself shot instead.
How about you? Orders say shoot, you pull the trigger? Fine. Forget I asked.
Wait. What?
Okay, what? Yeah. I try not to talk between the cutscenes, to be honest. But no, I think when Final Fantasy did evolve a lot, because I feel like there's this thing that was floating around that Final Fantasy VII, could not fit on an N64. Like, it would not be able to sit on that system itself.
I appreciate it.
Because of how much it needed to be able to run the game itself. I think it would need over 30 some odd cartridges just to be able to play the game itself. And even then, it wouldn't be feasible for a Final Fantasy to run on N64 like that. Like, you could see it feasibly run an older style of Final Fantasy, of course. But
What's that? Huh?
Attention Purge deportees! Attention Purge deportees! Put down your weapons and surrender immediately. Your removal is the will of the people of Cocoon. Should you attempt to flee, the Sanctum will employ every resource necessary to bring you to justice. This land is no longer your home. Cease hostilities and surrender at once.
Sarah!
Just what you were looking for.
Yeah. Right in there.
The Pulse File C.
I don't even think we get it blown up, to be honest.
Don't worry. We'll be okay.
Mom.
Here. It's too much, isn't it? Face it later. Ciao!
Hey, wait!
You said it made you happy when I smiled, didn't you? But really, I was afraid. I was always afraid.
So, how do you figure that post-foul scene is different from the sanctums? All things being equal, I just as soon keep one.
Time to jump.
Yeah, I know. Hey! Hang on!
Time to jump. What the? I'd be afraid out of my wits trying to jump.
Damn. She can do it, so can we.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
What about the others?
They didn't die. They couldn't have died. Of course not. Hey, get a grip, man! What's wrong with you? Get him home. Get who home?
Hope. Get Hope
Toss me
home.
that. Catch. What are you doing? So what are you afraid of, huh? You're supposed to be the hero. She's waiting there, ain't she? Your lovely bride-to-be? Isn't it about time you picked her up? Yeah. There's our ride. Now you're talking. How could they?
Now we're talking. Okay, so no.
I hope everyone's all right.
Nothing there. Okay, so we got a power circle. Alright. I think the power circle is gonna be a little bit better. Whoops. It's gonna give us a little bit more strength. But I don't. For more a balanced, I think the wild bear's more balanced. I always just tend to go to balanced. But it's going to be about that time that we got about a half an hour left of got about like 15 minutes left of stream for today. I could go till 6. Like I always do. I usually always for 2 hours. I'm always on in the afternoon for like 2. But if you guys actually want to see other content outside of Final Fantasy, you can always be subscribed. 'Cause I do play a lot of little bit of variety of everything. Sometimes I will sit and play Euro Truck or American Truck. We also play like Fortnite and Call of Duty, but those are mostly exclusive to my night streams, which are not here on YouTube. My night streams are never here on YouTube. And if they are, it is because I didn't get live in the afternoon. And that, so it's pretty much exclusively over on Trovo and TikTok. For that specific reason. I do it because YouTube does not really like me multi-streaming in a day, so I kind of just go for one stream and then I kind of do it later at night.
I want every weapon ready to fire. Stay sharp. All right, on my go. Right. Go.
And then, and that's exclusively Fortnite and Call of Duty at night, because that's when I play with a couple of friends, best friend and a friend, at night, where we play Call of Duty and we play Fortnite for it with Glass and Scarlet. Personally know Scarlet in a personal capacity, don't know Glass in more than just playing with him online. On it. So
That's a sad sound.
if you guys are enjoying today, make sure you guys are subscribed.
Hey, Godot.
Yeah?
If you don't know who you've got to save, you just protect them all, right?
Something on your mind? You got plenty of time for thinking on the way, hero.
Yeah.
Ready! Go! Hey! It's us! It's us! Don't shoot!
Snow!
Since when do you care about kids?
Favor for a friend.
Okay.
Hey, Snow! You made it!
Hey.
Yo. So,
Hey.
you really managed to use that thing?
I think I'm done.
You're done when we are.
Ow, what's it?
That's the one.
Didn't you have something to tell him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then.
But
I'll go with you.
what?
Oh, you have no idea what it was like. Oh.
Everyone safe?
The army's no match for Nora.
I meant the kids.
All accounted for.
Okay. Let's keep it that way, all right? I'll swing by the vestige. Keep the kids out of trouble.
You got it. Say hi to the missus for me. You go skirt chasing, I take care of the kids. Some husband.
Dinner's on me.
Better be home cooking.
When's the wedding, lover boy?
Don't worry, none of you are invited.
We're still going.
Hey, you serious?
What about me?
Catch you later.
Darn. I just. Oh, nice. That actually really does sound somewhat complicated, but also somewhat. Yeah. That actually does really sound um like something I'd actually be enjoyable because um
We'll get you all someplace.
but
This to Nora.
I wanted to see if I miss.
Please, everybody keep calm. Can't change what's done. Just have to survive.
Okay, just making sure I don't miss any. Just because I always seem to I feel like I miss something every time I do when I come in to play this game.
Stop running around, kid.
We'll get you all someplace. Crying.
We try to go as far
I
as
think I'd rather have died.
Okay.
Run to the other
So
side of
nothing I miss.
we try to go as far as we
Do to deserve it.
Crying.
But unfortunately, it's one of those games that's on my list for Christmas this year.
I want to tell him. It's just that.
Say, you know how to fly this?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. In you go. That way.
We're all gonna meet up there at some point, but
If we go in there, that thing could. It could make us Lassie. This is. I don't think I can.
You can do it.
What are you two doing?
Here we go!
Uh-oh. Get back here! You hear me?
nope. Not going to get back here soon enough.
The pulse fell sea. It held our future and our fate.
All right. I started it on PC before, but it probably might be mine too, to be honest. But I don't know.
Where is the... Oops. Well then... Guess it's just us.
What did you expect? Even soldiers know not to go near the foul sea. You become a pulse, l'Cie, and you're finished.
What do you mean, finished?
Haven't you heard, Miss...
Vanille.
Vanille.
My name. And yours?
Hope? Thank you. What were we thinking?
Well, since we're here, let's look around. Check this out.
Hey! Vanille, where are you?
Interesting.
Well,
That's,
Yes, I find her that way too, to be honest. To be honest, I think she's the only one that's pretty much annoying in this game, but you know. Pretty much only attacks right now. I don't think we're gonna get to the grid yet. B&W Outfitters.
back to exploring.
But there's to be honest,
stay close.
I've only ever had where here. Yeah, I'm gonna save it before we... Okay, so we're in chapter 2 now. The Pursuit of Snow. Hold on, did we save it? I've been going and saving over my old data. Data for it. Yeah. No, I will tell you, like, this... I have only found like a couple portions of this game that really challenge you. Like it's like this game is very, very easy, even on a normal difficulty, until you get to like a certain part of the game. Then it kind of just like takes you and makes you do that. And sometimes you have to switch over to easy mode just to even complete the game, to be honest. For parts of this challenge. But anyway, if you guys are interested in more of the story behind Final Fantasy XIII, I will be back again pretty much every day in the afternoons at about 3-4 o'clock playing Final Fantasy XIII. Because I absolutely find that when I did my top 10 video of all time for Final Fantasy, pretty much the games still pretty much stand most of the way except for 13, and the Final Fantasy 1 gets added onto my top 10. And Final Fantasy 7 Darge de Cerberus gets moved because that game's one of the pinnacle of odd Final Fantasy games that I really like. But I've pretty much played a lot of not only the mainline stuff, but I've played I have not gotten into Type 0. I own the game. I have played the Tactics Advanced and Tactics Advanced A2 as well as Crystal Chronicles, the GameCube Final Fantasy exclusive for that one, and a whole bunch of other Final Fantasy titles throughout the history of Final Fantasy, but I still always will come back to my all-time Final Fantasy game of all time is Final Fantasy VIII. Pretty much. Yep. Have a good day, Cold. We will catch you guys tomorrow. And if you are subbed, sometimes you might not get the notifications if you don't hit that all. But if you don't, most likely just come back about 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And I'll be pretty much live 4:30, trying to do a session a day where each of them is going to be a chapter. To really get into doing just chapter by chapter. There's like, I think like over 13, 14 chapters, I think there's like even 20 chapters. I know that it's long. I have not beaten this game. I got close on the Xbox 360. I'm going back and trying to beat this one because, for you guys live, I've played it without being live. But anyway, I think I even played it on the channel. I might be wrong, to be honest, but this game seems to run very well on Bazzite, to be honest. I've been having issues with Eurotruck lately, where the game will pretty much not run in any way, shape, or form. I have tried running it in Proton. I've tried running it in regular Bazzite, Linux, the Linux version of the game. I still end up getting the crashing on that one for it, because I would get no artifact, but then the maps would crash on me. So it's like I'm still trying to figure out what's going on and why I'm having that issue in the game. But I think I'm just gonna give that game a break for a while, come back to it at some point, and just finish up some of these Final Fantasy titles for it. So if you guys want to see content outside of Final Fantasy and want to see my PlayStation 5 content through non-compliant Linux-based games that you can't play on, that are not Linux-based games, but you cannot play on Linux because of anti-cheat, you guys can come back at night where we play PlayStation 5 Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 right now, Warzone, and Battlefield, not Warzone, what's the other one? And Fortnite, at night. Pretty much it's Fortnite and Call of Duty. Sometimes at night when we have updates for both games, I try to pick one game for the update and then play the other one the next day for its update, because there's too many updates for it. But we're gonna play Warzone tonight until 12:30. At 12:30, I'm going to do Fortnite at 12:30 for the Save the World's content, where you guys, I do get the free content for it. But anyways, that's always at 9, 10 o'clock until roughly about 2. But anyway, we will catch you guys later. Thank you guys for being here. And of course, if you're on YouTube, you don't have to always be on YouTube. You guys can always follow here on Trovo as well, and TikTok. But if you're on Trovo and want to support me a little bit, I'm spending I think like $2-3, get you access to past live streams. When I decide to put them behind a paywall, I always forget to do that when I get done live streaming, because I just want to get out and I gotta go make supper, and then I forget to turn it on, and then I'm too tired at night to put them behind a paywall because I just need to go to bed. So, and sometimes it's just I want to do something else, and it's just whatever. So sometimes you can get the free content there as well. But anyway,